Route 421, Western North Carolina, 11:42 p.m. A hunter is driving home when his headlights catch a deer standing in the middle of the road. He slows down. It doesn't run. It doesn't flinch. It turns its head toward the windscreen and his stomach drops. The eyes are on the front of its face, looking at him. Then it stands up. This is freaky deaky. File 5 is open. The Appalachian Mountains run for 2,000 kilometers down the eastern spine of the United States through some of the oldest forests on Earth. These mountains were ancient before the Rockies existed, before the Himalayas. People have lived in their hollows for centuries, and for centuries, they've passed down the same warning. If an animal is acting wrong, it isn't an animal. Leave. Over the last decade, that old warning found a new name. The reports come from everywhere along the range. Georgia, Tennessee, the Virginias, Kentucky, up through Pennsylvania. Different states, different decades, strangers who have never spoken to each other. And they all describe the same thing: a deer. At least it looks like a deer for the first second or two. Then the details start to snag. The legs bend at angles that legs shouldn't. The neck is too long or too thick, or it turns too far. The body is a little too large, and it moves in stiff, deliberate steps, like something wearing the body is still learning how it works. But every report, and this is the part that matters, every single report comes back to the eyes. Deer are prey animals. Their eyes sit on the sides of the skull so they can watch for danger in almost every direction. That's what makes them deer. The thing these people describe has eyes on the front of its face, both of them, fixed on you, tracking you. The way a predator watches, the way a person does. Witnesses struggle to explain it afterwards. They say the same sentence so often it's become the calling card of the whole phenomenon. I can't tell you exactly what was wrong with it, I just knew. The locals gave it the only name that fits, the notdeer. File 5A, the fence line. Rural Virginia, autumn. A woman is home alone on her family's property when she notices a deer standing at the fence line, maybe 30 meters from the house. Nothing unusual. Deer cross the property every day, except this one isn't grazing. It isn't moving at all. It's facing the house, head up, perfectly still, and it stays that way for 20 minutes. She watches it through the kitchen window and slowly realizes what's bothering her. It hasn't blinked, not once. She steps outside to scare it off, claps her hands, shouts. The deer doesn't startle. It tilts its head slowly, the way a dog does when it's listening to you. Then she starts walking to the barn, and the deer walks too, along the fence, matching her, step for step, keeping perfectly level with her, its head turned the whole time so those front-facing eyes never leave her. She went back inside and locked the door. In the morning, the fence line was empty. The grass where it had stood all evening wasn't even flattened. File 5B, the trail. Eastern Tennessee. A trail runner is out at dawn on a route he's run 100 times. 4 kilometers in, he rounds a bend and stops. Between 2 trees just off the trail, a deer is standing on its hind legs, fully upright. Its front legs hang down its body, limp, like arms that don't have anything to hold. It's not stretching for leaves. There are no leaves. It's just standing there in the half light, the height of a tall man. He describes what happened next as the longest 10 seconds of his life. The deer's head rotates toward him, smoothly, too far, and it looks at him with an expression he still can't put into words, except to say that it was an expression. Deer don't have those. He backed away around a bend, then ran the 4 kilometers home without stopping. He says the whole way back, the forest was silent, No birds, no insects, nothing. As if everything else in those woods already knew to be quiet. For sunrise, they've been sitting in a camouflage blind since 4 a.m. Scent blocked, silent, invisible. They've hunted this ridge for 15 years. Just after dawn, a large buck steps out of the tree line, 70 meters away. One of them raises his rifle and looks through the scope, and then he lowers it and whispers to his mate, "Something's wrong with that deer." Through the scope, he'd watched it walk, stiff, jerky, each leg placed like it was being operated. The buck stops in the middle of the clearing, and then its head turns past its shoulder and it looks directly at the blind, directly at them. Through camouflage that has fooled every animal on this ridge for 15 years, it holds that stare, front-facing eyes locked on two men it should never have known were there. Then it walks backwards into the tree line, not turning around, backwards, facing them the entire way until the dark swallowed it. They packed up and left. Now, before you sleep with the lights on, you should know there's a rational explanation. And honestly, it's almost worse. It's called chronic wasting disease. Scientists know it by its initials, CWD. The internet knows it by its nickname, zombie deer disease. CWD is a prion disease, the same family as mad cow. Misfolded proteins that slowly eat holes in the brain until it looks like a sponge. It is always fatal, there is no cure, and it has been spreading through American deer populations for decades. Wildlife agencies track it county by county across a huge swathe of the United States, including states right along the Appalachian Range. And here's the thing, a deer with CWD acts wrong. It stumbles, it drools, it walks in repetitive patterns, it wastes away until its skeleton shows through its coat, and critically, it loses its fear of humans. A sick deer will stand its ground while you walk right up to it. It will stare at you, glassy-eyed and vacant, and simply not care that you're there. So there it is. Mystery solved. A neurological disease is quietly moving through the herds of Appalachia, and frightened people on dark roads are meeting its victims. Case closed. Except, CWD explains a deer that doesn't run. It does not explain eyes on the front of a skull. No disease moves the position of an animal's eye sockets. No prion rearranges bone. CWD produces animals that are dying and look like it. Witnesses insist the notdeer looks healthy, strong. Its coat is full. Its body is heavy. Several have used the same unsettling word, perfect. Like something studied a photograph of a deer and reproduced it, and got every detail right except the ones that matter. A sick deer stares at nothing. The notdeer stares at you. It tracks you. It matches your pace along a fence line. It finds two hidden men inside a sealed blind and walks away backwards so it never has to break eye contact. That's not neurological decay, that's attention. And then there's the feeling. Witness after witness reports a wave of dread arriving seconds before they consciously noticed anything wrong. Their body sounded the alarm first. Some researchers point out that humans evolved an instinct for exactly this, detecting when something almost looks right. It's the same reason a too realistic doll unsettles you. The uncanny valley. Except the uncanny valley was only ever supposed to apply to imitations of people. So the question becomes, why is it applying to a deer? Ask the internet, and you'll hear that the notdeer is a new cryptid. Ask Appalachia, and you'll hear something older. Because the mountains have had rules about this for generations, passed down before anyone wrote them down. If you hear your name called in the woods, don't answer. If you hear a baby crying in the tree line, don't follow it. And if an animal is acting wrong, it isn't an animal. Those rules exist for a reason. The old stories say these mountains are home to things that copy, things that imitate a voice, a shape, a familiar animal, to close the distance between themselves and you. Some tie the notdeer to shape-shift the legends that stretch back centuries. Something wearing a deer the way you'd wear a coat, and the eyes are the seam, the one detail it can't fake, because whatever is looking out through them needs to see you the way a hunter sees. Both eyes forward, range finding. There's an even quieter theory, and it's the one that keeps people up at night. The notdeer is never aggressive. In hundreds of reports, it has never chased anyone, never attacked anyone. It only ever does one thing. It watches, it studies, like the encounters aren't hunts at all, like they're rehearsals. So the next time you're driving a dark road, anywhere the forest gets old and quiet, and your headlights find a deer that doesn't run, before you look away, look at its eyes. If they're on the side of its head, it's just a deer. Drive on. If they're looking back at you, both of them, the way yours would, don't stop the car. The file stays open, new files every week. If you made it this far without checking over your shoulder, you're braver than most. I'm Freaky DEEKY, and I tell the stories, the maps, the textbooks, and your nightlight would rather you didn't hear. There are 2 more on screen right now. The skull's pointing right at them. And if you want a little scare every week, subscribe. It's free. Unlike sleep after this channel, sleep tight or don't. I'm not your mom.